Go. Welcome to another episode of Slide Bite, and today we're going to be taking a look at probably one of the most iconic firearms in existence. We're going to be taking a look at the Desert Eagle. This is a gas blowback pistol made by WeTech, and it is fully licensed, so you're going to get all the good stuff. So, before I continue on to this video, I'd like to give a huge thank you to Airsoft Extreme for letting me go around and desecrate their field like usual. You guys are awesome. And for those of you who want to check out their site, I got a link in the description, so give them a quick look-see. They also have 2 stores in California, one in LA and one in Santa Clara. Yeah, I think Santa Clara. And go ahead and give them a quick look once things die down. And yeah, thank you for all you guys do, Airsoft Extreme. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at the iconic Desert Eagle. This thing is in a whole crap ton of anime, but the ones that pop off in my head are Black Lagoon, Akira, and Jormungand. And I mean, any gun anime needs to have a deagle, right? But with that out of the way, let's talk about the gun itself. So for starts, let's go to the table and we're gonna do a quick look-see on this thing. Alright, so we have our WeTech Desert Eagle, generously loaned to me by my cameraman. This one is in a satin finish, although I do know WeTech does make these in a whole bunch of other colors and finishes. This one's just plain old satin, but it's a pretty nice finish overall. So because it is fully licensed, it does have all the appropriate trades that you'd find on it. So you have your Desert Eagle right there and your 50 AE. The pistol grip does have the Desert Eagle logo in it in the sides there. It's on both sides as well. Also has Magnum Research, if I can get the angle, perfect. And so let's go over controls on this thing. So the safety is this, so you move this down. It also has the double action thing going on for it, although it is not actually double action. So if I try pulling on the trigger, this hammer doesn't actually go back. You have to manually pull this back. So I can manually pull this back, and I can pull the trigger. The safety is on, so I can walk around with this cocked and locked. Got your magazine release here. Push this and out comes your magazine. It is modeled after the Desert Eagle's single stack. In reality, this airsoft gun can carry about 24 BBs in it with quite a bit of gas. You also have your slide release. This does lock open on the last round, although we'll get into this during performance. So field stripping. This is actually a pretty easy gun to field strip. It does take 2 steps. So instead of this disassembly lever immediately sliding forward, actually have to push this button right here. So what does that do? You push that button and it opens a little gap. You see that right there? For you to slide it forward. So before I do that, I have to make sure the gun is upside down. You're about to see why in just a moment. So push that, slide that forward, and the entire gun should just come out quite easily. There we go. So if I did this the other way around, the upper assembly on this pistol is in 3 components and it would have just toppled all over the place. So we have our frame right here, pretty chunky. So here we have our recoil spring, or springs in this case. It's kind of cool that there are 2 instead of 1. Makes sense. And then we have our slide. It's actually 2 components, so you can actually take this apart a little more. So you have your back slide, and then you have your barrel. So with the barrels, you can actually get aftermarket parts to lengthen it. So it could be like a hunting deagle for hunting rentals or speed softers or that sort of thing. And that's pretty much it. This is your field stripped deagle, and putting it together is going to be pretty fast. Lovely thing about this is that you don't have to fiddle with it too much, especially with the recoil springs. You don't have to like force it in any way, so you just drop it in like that, and just put the slide all the way at the back here. If I can line it up, there we go. Put it in, hear that click, and there we go. And that is a quick overview of the WeTech Desert Eagle, and we're going to go over to the performance and handling, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so we're back from the table. So, how does this thing handle? So, handling, it's chunky. It's a huge gun, so it's going to fill up your hands, even with gloves on, and it's quite a lot of weight to swing around. This is a pretty chunky pistol. A lot of gun for what it really is. I mean, you're going to have a bit of a difficult time with your thumb for safety, because I mean, you gotta reach quite a bit of ways. That's quite hard to pull with my thumb, at least, so it does kind of require two hands to operate, especially if you got baby hands. So, and then, so that's pretty much handling, and I mean, there's just so much to grab. You really don't want to do this because the slide does kind of move around. But I mean, it's a huge pistol. There's no going around it. I mean, then again, if you're buying this, you're obviously not going for a subcompact, right? So yeah, the pistol is obviously huge, so it is cumbersome, but it does shoot very well. So going into performance, recoil-wise, this has got to be one of the heaviest recoil gas blowback pistols I've ever handled. It does actually shake around in your hand quite forcefully, borderline firearm, but I wouldn't say 9mm. I'd say closer to like a 22 with heavy loading, if that exists. It's a chunky pistol, and there's a lot of slide going back into your wrist, and it is kind of jarring on the first shot. I mean, it's just so satisfying to shoot with all that recoil. It's a noisy gun. It's definitely one of the loudest guns I've reviewed so far, and even just reloading it, which I'll show you in a moment, it's just loud. So I mean, another weird quirk of the Wii ones, of the WeTech pistols, I'm not sure if it's supposed to do this in the real pistol, but I guess this is a feature in their WeTech ones, is you don't need to actually hit this slide release. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if I just bring this in quite hard, it closes itself. I don't need to operate anything once that last round hits back. All I have to do is just slap one in, and it just closes in for me. I'm not sure if that's supposed to happen, but I'm considering it a feature on these guns. It will not fire itself yet, thank God. That would be extremely terrifying if I'm loading this thing, because overall this gun is just chunky, scary, in just terms of like size. But in the end, do I recommend it? Well, that's really up to you. For me, I'm definitely getting one after I return this one. Thank you to my cameraman for lending me his deagle for some slight abuse. So I'm definitely going to be getting the L6 versions. These are definitely very nice pistols to own. Operate, I guess, if you're willing to have a bit of weight swinging around on you, yeah, I guess you can handle these. But I mean, just even keeping this on a shelf, they're pretty nice pistols to look at. So in the end, yeah, if you're into like thick iron like this, yeah, totally recommend it. And that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say about the Deagle. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I am doing a 100 subscriber special where I will be dressing up as a maid and reviewing whatever gas blowback gun you guys want me to do. So if you want to see that, just stick around the channel long enough. It'll eventually happen. Oh god. And yeah, so just do what YouTubers usually ask you to do, and that's pretty much it. I'll take care, and I'll see you in the next slide bite.